You ready to roll?
Absolutely, man.
Let's do it. What's going on, friends? Welcome to Real Talks with Chris Seroogy, where we interview people, ordinary people who live extraordinary lives, and I can't think of anyone better for this episode other than Mr. Seroogy, the man, the myth, the legend. He is a coach.
Might as well call me the GOAT,
He
man.
might as well be the GOAT. Speaking of which, what's going on, folks? Let's wrap this thing. Let's get rolling here.
Let's roll it.
What's going on, man? How's your day going?
Not too bad, man.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful day.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
100-degree day
Yeah.
here in Missouri.
You got the win today, too. That's what I heard.
Did get the win today. Yeah. Huge win.
Yeah. This man is a future Hall of Fame coach in the making, folks.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy that takes it so seriously, man. He is the man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this soccer win, okay?
What do you
was the
wanna know,
score,
man?
man? What was the score?
We won 7-2 today. Yeah, big win.
On y'all.
Yeah.
This is
We
real.
probably
Okay.
could have put some more
Okay.
on them, but we were practicing
you
good
started to pump the
sportsmanship.
brakes a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
pumped the
yeah,
brakes.
yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
like Andy Reid, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Chiefs could be up 40 every game, and they just decide not to.
Yeah.
So
Now, for those who don't know what soccer is, football, this is not American football. This is European football, right? So we put the
European.
lowdown. Okay.
Yeah.
And so why don't you run us through? So who got goals here? Do we get any hat tricks today? Or
no
what's
hat
going
tricks.
on?
We had a kid
No
that was
hat
real
tricks,
close.
okay.
He scored 2. It was actually his first 2 goals of the
Oh,
season. Yeah,
okay.
he's a rowdy kid
Wow.
too. So it was awesome to see.
Yeah, how about that?
We had a
Okay.
girl score a first goal today too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most of these kids, I think only one of them's ever played soccer
Yeah.
before. So
Okay.
these are their first goals of their lives. So
Holy crap.
it's pretty cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We got so much we're going to talk about today, folks. We're going to unpack that here in a bit. We're also going to talk about, because we're both Mizzou fans, so we got to bring up Mizzou if we're going to talk about it.
They
but
look good.
before we get into this deeper, I like to start things off with a trivia question of the day. So
do we
trivia
got?
question for you, man, okay? Do we know who the Mizzou mascot was named after? And I'll give you a hint. It is a U.S. president.
Good old Harry S. Truman, man.
Wow, folks. There we go
Easy
right
money,
there.
easy
He just
money.
knew it. He just
Where's
knew
he,
it.
where's he from? Independence?
Yeah, Independence,
Yeah.
Missouri. Holy
Yeah,
crap,
man.
folks.
Come on, man. You
gives
thought you were
a
gonna
little-
get me with that?
Right there. That's pretty awesome.
Truman the
right
Tiger,
there.
buddy.
Oh my gosh. Hey, M-I-Z.
He really thought he was gonna
Z-O-U
stump
right
me
there.
with that one.
Yeah. That's okay. You know, we might throw another one in here in a bit. Okay,
Throw as
we might
many as
throw
you need. Tom
another one here.
Montgomery
Okay.
won me the league
okay.
one here.
Oh my God, that's the crazy time. This guy is actually pretty good with trivia, believe it or not. Unfortunately, he is not as good with fantasy football. I didn't want to bring that up today. but,
Do you have the trophy by chance?
you know, I do have.
So
this
if you
trophy
see,
right here.
how many years have we
Right
been doing this
there.
league?
So we've been doing this for how many leagues here? What are we looking
How many
at
years?
here?
What are we looking at here?
This is year
So we got
12.
7,
Year 12.
8, 9,
12.
10, 11.
Yeah.
This is year 12. So I've been in it for 10 because I was not in it the first year. So if you
Yeah.
think about this,
You are
really
on the
wanna know-
trophy 3 times.
if
He
you
is
really
on
want
the
to know,
trophy
I'm
3
on the trophy 3 times. So I have a 30% win rate, and we have 14 teams in the league. So you do the math.
Well,
I don't know what he's
this
talking
year
about.
there's going to be Chris Stewart right there, folks. So don't
That's
y'all
what
have
he's
to
been saying.
worry
He's been
about
saying
that.
for a few years,
Don't y'all
so.
have to worry about that right there. But if you do need help with fantasy football advice, just feel free to reach out to me.
Scam.
Yeah, Christopher Stewart.
Scam.
Okay, you can also search me up as well. But let's really dive into this today. Okay, so you're an upcoming coach here for a Little League team. What got you into coaching Little League?
Yeah, so my nephew, I don't get to spend a ton of time with him because I'm working a lot. My parents see him once a week, so they told me he was getting into soccer and
Yeah.
that he needed a coach, and I was like, man, I'll jump right on this opportunity. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a ton of fun, man. Got practice once a week, games once a week, and like I said, this is most of these kids' first introduction to
Yeah.
sports. My biggest passion is sports, so it's just awesome to, show them that sports are fun and just kind of get them into it. get
Now,
'em
how
interested.
far back do you go for doing sports? Like, when did you start playing sports?
Oh man, probably when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
I first started playing
Yeah.
soccer, and my parents weren't huge, sports people, but
Yeah.
had a lot of friends, a lot of neighbors and stuff that were into
Yeah.
sports. So I got into it pretty quickly, and yeah, it's been probably my biggest passion in life.
Okay.
So
And between your sports, would you pick up, like, if you had to choose between soccer, basketball, football, what is like your number one sport?
my favorite sport to watch would be NFL football.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's awesome. But
To watch or to play?
my favorite sport to play is basketball. Basketball has always kind of been my main passion.
He's not that good.
I mean, we don't need to pull up the numbers here, but I'm probably like 50-5 against you all.
Well, I don't know
man.
about that,
I mean,
dude.
we can run it anytime. I got video clips of it too.
No, I don't
but
know about that,
We won't show
man.
that on here. This is his podcast. So, but yeah, basketball.
yeah.
Basketball has always kind of been
Yeah.
my favorite sport. Unfortunately, the NBA is kind of a joke. So NFL is a little bit more fun to watch. But
What do you think makes a sport fun to watch?
I'm kind of a strategy guy, so that's why I like football so much, because every play is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
every coach is trying to strategize just to get that one extra inch on the field. So that's why football's so fun for me to watch, is just seeing the different strategies and the different, you know, the different minds come together and see what they can put on the field. So
I think for me, you know, I like seeing those stories. You know, the stories of teams that go from really terrible teams, like, hate to call out the Detroit Lions, right? But you know they're pretty bad. You know, there've been a couple. The closest thing they've gotten to a Super Bowl is a toilet bowl. So I mean, it's not looking good.
Yeah,
but,
it's been rough.
You know,
Detroit,
but
man.
you know, you get someone in there like Coach Campbell that comes in and turns around the organization, talks about grit and resilience, and things like that. You know, and you see what they're doing now, and you know, I mean, they went to the NFC Conference Championship last year. You know, doing phenomenal things out there. You know, and I think for me, at least, that's what drives me for sports. It's just stories of resilience, you know. I mean, you don't really see it anywhere else. You know, I mean, you do see resilience everywhere. But, like, when you think about stories, you know, in sports, you know, we talk about, you know, the hockey team, U.S. hockey team back in the 1980s, you know, and winning the Olympics, you know, against the Soviet Union, you know, after years of dominance, right? During one of the most biggest times, you know, and we were able to win. You look at other people like Eric Berry, you know, like represent Chiefs Kingdom, you know, comes back from cancer and absolutely dominates, you know. There's nothing quite like it.
My favorite one's Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Alex Smith, I mean, the guy almost died on the hospital bed. I mean, he wasn't supposed to walk again, let alone run, and let alone play NFL football again.
Yeah.
It's insane.
He almost lost his leg.
Yeah.
Completely, like his whole body went septic and stuff, and it's just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, so in your opinion, you know, why should a person learn to play sports? Why should a person grow up playing sports?
There's just so much you can learn from sports, man. I mean, one of the big ones is just learning to work in a team.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're going to be working with a team every step of the way in life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, parenting, you're working with your partner to, you know, as a team to parent your kids. In the workplace, obviously, you're working as a team the entire time. So you guys have to learn, because everybody's got different skill sets, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, on a soccer team, for instance, like one person might be, you know, have a really strong leg and might be good at, you know, scoring goals, and one person might be pretty tough and pretty quick, and they might be, you know, better at defense, and, you know, you put them on the same team together, and you know, they complement each other in many ways. So that's one of the things. Another one is, you know, facing adversity.
Yeah.
A lot of people a lot of people struggle, especially in the United States. You know, we're so privileged in so many ways, you know, especially where we're from. And, you know, a lot of us don't face a ton of adversity, you know, in life. Obviously, you know, everybody goes through things, but like in sports, you're going to face adversity, you know, a lot of times, and you're going to learn to face that. You know, another one is just learning self-discipline, being coachable and stuff like that. You know, taking constructive criticism from your coach, who just he wants to make you better in a lot of ways, and just being able to take that constructive criticism and turn it into success. You know, is a big thing in sports that you don't learn in a lot of walks of life. So
I'll tell you what, man. When it came to sports for me. I think the one thing I realized is that you never know when your opportunity hits, and I'll give you a great example. I did flag football back in, you know, middle school, man. And I was center. Dude, talk about a throwback. Y'all don't want to see Chris Stewart playing football.
Oh, man. He ran like a 6'5" 40.
Yeah, it was probably even worse than that. It was probably even worse than that. So we're playing, you know, we get it. And I actually got a touchdown the first game. I was actually pretty impressed.
Really?
You know,
Dance?
I did a little Gronk spike, you know, back in the day. You know, and we could do like a little dance or like a little shuffle or something.
Victor Cruz, salsa.
Yeah, and I did a little salsa there, but. You know, so I got a touchdown, and basically that was my season. I had the opening drive touchdown, and
what did you do? Break your ankle the next game,
dude? No, but
you
that's
have a habit
great
of doing
story.
that.
I do have a habit of doing that. We might get into that here in a second, man. Holy crap! But so I'm playing, you know, and we go the entire season. I don't catch another touchdown pass, and so at this point, you know, I had some go route, and it wasn't that impressive of a route. It was terrible, but the whole defense forgot about me because I was not getting any ball.
Yeah,
and so I'm literally standing by the 5-yard line, and next thing you know, the ball hits me in the head. I'm not even looking for the ball because I kind of tuned out of the play.
Classic Chris.
Classic Chris move right there. And completely missed the touchdown pass. We ended up losing. And I was like, well,
Do we have that on video somewhere?
You know, I've made it a point to clear out all the highlight rule.
No, I'm sure Mama Seward's got that somewhere. I need to dig down in the tapes. Yeah,
y'all don't want to see those pictures or videos, but I guess what I'm saying, you know, is whether it's the last game of the season, the first game of the season, you never know when your opportunity is. You know,
absolutely.
And I think it's the same thing in life. You know, is like, you never know when you're going to get a chance to step up. You know, maybe there's a vacancy in a job position, you know, and you step up into that, or into that leadership position, or, you know, finding opportunities from bad things. You know, maybe you get fired, or maybe you leave a school, you know, and it puts you in a position, you know, and I think life is all about that perspective of knowing when you can step up and make that change. You know, when you can see that opportunity and that adversity and find your purpose from that and move forward. You know,
absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know about that, man. But that flag football season was definitely bad. He mentioned, you know, my broken ankle, and I'll tell you guys, I'm a very athletic person. Let me tell you,
I don't know about all that.
So, do you ever remember those DirecTV commercials where it's like, well, when you have cable, this happens, and then this happens, then this happens. Don't get cable, get DirecTV, right? So it is I'm trying to think, 2014 Game 6 of the World Series. Okay, the one time when the Royals like had a chance, like we actually were winning against the Giants. If we got any Major League fans out there, this was Kansas City versus, you know, the not New York Giants, good Lord, San Francisco Giants. And it's like the bottom of the 7th inning, dude. And I think Moose gets a 2-run shot to center field. And, well, before we get into this, we had a driveway installed on our house, right? And so, again, when you have cable, these things happen. They cut through our cable. So we're listening to this on our freaking radio in our family room. Like it's like 1925, you know.
Got to go to Buffalo.
Oh, my God. We should have. It could have saved my ankle, man. It could have.
Probably.
You know? But, you know, radio announcers tend to be more enthusiastic, things like that, because they obviously can't show you the play. They have to, you know. So, you know, it's going, gone. Next thing you know, I jump up, I get super excited, and I land on this really dangerous, rugged terrain they call carpet, you know.
Yeah. I've had many run-ins with carpet, man. Yeah.
Hear a lot of pop, break my ankle, fall over. My mom actually thought I was joking at first. She's like, okay, Chris, come on, let's get up. Like, let's keep going. And I was like, no, I actually broke my ankle. And then,
broke his ankle from jumping in his living room.
Literally jumped off the couch.
Let that sink.
Broke my ankle.
Let that sink in for just a moment.
Oh, my God, dude. And then the next year, I broke my ankle again. I was a high school dance, man. It was talk about a wonderful dance right there. You know, we are student council, black light blowout here, and people are jumping up and down over the place. I should have taken that as a warning, you know. Probably like stayed off the dance floor, but I didn't. So, because you know, I got to go in the middle of the dance floor.
You'll never stay off the dance floor. I won't either.
Yeah. You know, you got to dance. You got to take your shot.
Understandable.
And so I'm jumping up and down. Some kid's freshman high top shoe, I land on it, break my other ankle. So I'm hobbling off the stage, you know. And by the way, my nickname in high school was Vertical Jump, because I literally broke my ankle twice just from jumping, you know. And third time happened was in college, dude. Just like slipped on a pile of mud.
3 times. I didn't even know.
Dude, I got a 2nd-degree sprain.
Let me at least ask you a question, man. Were the nurses hot? I mean, it's probably a pretty fair question.
It's a good question. It's a great question. You know, I will say that the first one, you know, I didn't really remember, so probably not something to write home about. There was someone at the clinic that did help me get into my boot at the time. She was pretty. We'll just say she was pretty good looking. So we'll start there.
That's all she helped you do, right? Get into the boot.
Yeah, I mean that's all I could do, man. I was hobbling around, man. It was pretty bad, you know. But but there's something to be said about coming back from injury. You know, 3 ankle breaks. You know, not always the most fun. But so okay, so let's talk more about this here. So you're a Mizzou fan, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna do a second trivia question since you got the first one right. Okay.
About Mizzou again?
Yes, about Mizzou. We're gonna go back to back here. Okay. When was Mizzou's first homecoming? Oh, we got him here, folks. We got him right here.
I mean, this has to be like in the 1800s, man.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I mean, Mizzou's been around for a while. I mean,
I'll give you a hint. It is the 20th century. That narrows it down to about 100 guesses right there.
Go 1926.
Ooh, it's cold. I mean, you're actually warmer there. You're warmer there, though. All right, we got Colton, our cameraman here. Colton, what year is that? Homecoming, 1911.
Okay.
You're 12 years off. Hey, that's pretty good right there.
Well, 15.
Pretty good.
Right.
Okay, so we got to talk about this
Chris, I
here.
got one for you. Who
Yeah.
was the athletic director at the time?
I didn't even know they had that position back then, man.
You know, your guess is about as good as mine. I'm gonna let's just have a little fun here. I'm gonna just say President Truman was part of the athletic program. Probably not at all.
Chester Brewer.
Dude, I mean, this is 87 years before we were born, man. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
way I was getting that.
I mean, hey, you never know, man. You never know. There are people like who are history buffs and like
Chester's
search
a
out these
dope
things.
name, though.
Chester Brewer, huh? Chester Brewer. I wonder if Chester had a brewing company or something. You know,
Maybe.
Chester Brewing. That
Could've
sounds
made
like
some money on that.
sounds like a good beer right there. Okay. So let's talk about Mizzou, right? So earlier this month, we just destroyed Kansas. In September. Very, very great. We love that, the border war. It goes back all the way to the Civil War.
So cool to see, man.
Yeah. First time in how many years was it?
It's been a while. I mean, it's been since they were in the Big 12, so probably
Yeah.
like 2012, 2013.
Yeah. And so, of course, we put down the hoedown, throwdown. We kicked their butts.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Kept them in it for a
MIZ, that's
while.
what we do.
Kept them in it for a while just for, the TV watchability
Yeah. I mean,
index. But
It's like the WWE. If you just pin them in the first 5 seconds, that's not good television. You
exactly.
got to put on a show, make it look like there's a little struggle, but then when it
Absolutely.
comes down to
down by 15
you
at
know,
one point, too.
Yeah.
And then won by 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MIZ, baby. There we go, right
Sir.
there. There we go. I'm going to get a drink real quick here, man. But, hold up here, folks. What is... We got
What's up?
Cam's secret sauce.
Yeah, don't worry about all that, man. Just keeps me energized.
What's it help you do, man?
Oh, just keeps the juices flowing, man.
This, we have not yet had a sponsor
I mean, when you're at the
yet
peak,
for this
man,
show.
you gotta keep the blood flowing, keep the
blood flowing. Cam's secret stuff, folks. This show, we have yet to have a sponsor yet, but we're going to have our first sponsor right here. This show is brought to you by Cam's secret
We're
stuff.
selling these for $5 a bottle, by the way.
$5.
Life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might make you go 7-2 on a little
It might.
scrimmage,
It might.
for a soccer match.
It just might put your
Yeah.
name on the fantasy football trophy
Yeah.
a few times.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh my god, dude. That's freaking funny. All right. So then, okay. So when it comes to your soccer, right? So y'all are. What's your team name again?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any celebration or anything? Anything you do?
No,
Like,
nothing crazy, man. But I do wear cowboy hat to every game.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You do wear
we make
cowboy
'em-
hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
we
Everybody
bring
can
the
see
shades
it.
out or anything? Or what we do?
Always wearing the aviators,
Yeah,
the blacked out aviators, cowboy hat.
Okay.
Always
Yeah.
looking pretty crisp. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're one of the only teams in the league that actually breaks it down, man, and like yells our
Really?
team name. And I make them feel it. We make them
Yeah.
feel it. We make the other team feel it.
What's your guys' mantra for this year? You guys got like a saying, something y'all are talking about? Every team's got something.
Not really a saying, man. I kind of just preach, always just go out there and have fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna play your best when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're stressed out about what you should be doing and stuff, I mean, you're gonna slip up. You're gonna make mistakes. But if you're just having fun with your teammates, like that's what we preach, and it's worked out pretty well so far.
I love that, dude. I love that, man. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this question: if you had a mantra for your life, right? Like a team, so every team's got a mantra. Yours is, go have fun, and other teams like Detroit's like grit. These different things. If you had a mantra for your life, what would it be?
Give everything you've got to the things that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you kind of live by this as well, but I mean, just give 110%, man.
Yeah.
Because if you're giving any less, I mean, you're just selling yourself short.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like that. I'll tell you, I feel like when it comes to people and their mantras in life, if I were to ask a person, what's your purpose in life? What's your mission statement? Most people, and I've talked about this in previous shows too, but they can't answer that for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what that purpose is. And I guess like a big mission, part of my brand, Upward and Onward, is to help people discover that purpose,
Mm-hmm.
to help them not just react to life, but to learn how to move forward, because it's so easy for us to get caught up in, the whole reality of stress and things to the point where we just start yelling, like this little goat right here,
Yep.
We'll do that sometimes. But, I think the biggest thing is just, if you can keep your head on a swivel and you understand what you're doing, you understand what your mantra is, and you wake up every day and go live that, and you preach that and believe that, right? that's how you move forward. You know, that's how you live with purpose and you discover that purpose. You know, and so I really believe that. You know, and I definitely like that mantra, dude. You know, give it 110%. You know, there's no third gear. You know, it's either first gear or fifth gear. You know, you know? So I like that, man. I like that, dude. So let's talk about it, man. So for work, right? What you do right now?
So I'm running a rental car business right now. So it's on the Turo platform. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's essentially like Airbnb for rental cars.
Nice.
So I mean, when my boss brought me on board to kind of run the company for him, run the day-to-day operation, everything for him, we were at, I think, 25 cars, and now by the end of this month we'll be at 100.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was in January.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah. So
sounds like you're going 110% right there.
Oh yeah, man. It's there's never a day off with that. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man. I mean, you know, from knowing you personally, you know, every time you step into a situation, you know, you elevate that situation, you know, and I think it comes back to that whole, you know, actually, you know what it comes back to? It doesn't even come back to 110%. You know what it comes back to?
Cam's secret stuff.
Cam's secret
This is
stuff.
the secret to everything,
Right
man. The
there.
elixir
That
of
is
life.
the secret.
Right there, if you will.
Oh my gosh, dude! Holy crap, man! Holy crap! But when it comes to fantasy football, though, that's something where you'll want to reach out for me.
Like I said, man, all you got to do is set that trophy on the table, and if the viewers want to zoom in at the names, you'll see.
Yeah.
I'm on that quite a few times.
So. Oh yeah. So okay, so let's change gears a little bit here. So we've talked about Mizzou football, we've talked about soccer, all these things. So let's talk about the NFL right now. Okay, so obviously the Chiefs. You know, I mean, we got our butts handed to us by the Eagles, you know, but, you know, you can't just win every single Super Bowl in a row, bro. You know, you can't do that, you know. So what's our outlook this year? What do you think? We're going back for number 4?
Man. Preseason, off-season, I guess I should say, I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs looked, I mean, especially Mahomes himself, looked pretty fired up.
Yeah.
After that Super Bowl loss. Obviously, you saw him, you know, change the haircut, kind of change the whole look up. And really just, you know, everything I'd seen on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in general was that they were working their tails off all off season, and they were angry, you know, because the league has just disrespected them in so many ways, you know, and they just, you know, they wanted to get back out there and show them, you know, we're still these guys. So
you know, you really beat a person when they change their haircut, you know. You know what I mean? If you're losing so bad that you gotta reduce the mohawk to back to like just like a normal hair, like I mean.
Yeah,
something's going on.
Yeah, they kicked the twisties right out of his hair, dude.
Oh,
so,
boy.
But I mean, I mean, after watching Week 1, I mean, the preseason they looked really good, and Mahomes has looked good. I mean, he looks dialed in. He looks like the old Mahomes we knew. He's slinging the ball downfield. We've got to get him some help, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, when Rasheed comes back,
we'll
be in pretty good shape. But losing Xavier Worthy after 3 snaps is not good. Kelsey still looks old, man. He looks pretty old.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to get him in more one-on-one situations.
I think the biggest kicker here, in my opinion, is Jawan Taylor. You know,
don't even get me started on Jawan Taylor. I don't know what possesses Andy Reid. Andy Reid, by the way, Hall of Fame football coach.
He is Hall of Fame.
I don't know if he's getting paid something on the side or bribed or whatever it is, but I don't know what possesses him to just trot Jawan Taylor out there every week.
I saw some statistic that out of everyone who has the most penalty yards, I think it's Jawan Taylor by like a massive margin.
By a mile, man.
He has had an extensive amount of penalties. You know,
he sucks, man.
Just can't do it.
And I don't understand why we just keep trotting him out there. It's. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah. Okay. So realistically, Super Bowl, what is it, 59 this year?
Yeah, I think if we get we get Rasheed back and he looks like the old Rasheed before his injury last year. If we can get Xavier Worthy back healthy and then maybe just get one more guy in the room, I think that's Super Bowl or bust for the Chiefs. They've got the guy. I mean, they got. One of the arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, behind Tom Brady, and arguably the greatest coach of all time too. And if they can, if they really focus in, I mean, I think they can win it.
As it turned out, the Chiefs would not go on to win the Super Bowl. They would not go on to win the AFC West, and for the first time in over 10 years, they would not even make the playoffs, losing over 9 games and finishing 3rd in the AFC West rankings.
I want to close this podcast out with one last thing, and I guess my question to you is, is for people who are going through hard times, right? Whether you're a KU fan or maybe you're going through something, right? You know, you never know.
They're always going through something.
They are always going through something, to be fair. But what is that one piece of advice you would leave someone right now today?
Just keep grinding, man. Just wake up every morning with like you're on a mission, and just keep putting one foot, in front of the other. Honestly, it's God's plan before yours, before anybody's, right? So I mean, just wake up and just have faith that He's got you, man, and He's gonna, He's got big things in store for you. It may not seem like it, but it's His timing over yours, and you never know when that's gonna come. So.
I like that. I like that. Mm-hmm. Well, dude, I appreciate you being on the show, man. And remember, folks, life never goes backward, only upward and onward, okay? And we will see you guys later.